जब हम प्रिंसिपल्स को अप्लाई करते हैं वो आर्ट है। क्यों? जब हम उन्हें ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं, वो साइंस है। जब हम उसे अप्लाई करते हैं और पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं तो वो आर्ट है। आई गिव यू अ वेरी गुड एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अ डॉक्टर. Let's say to become a doctor, you need to do a 5.5 years of MBBS. That theoretical knowledge which you study in that 5.5 years is your science. ठीक है, उसमें बहुत सारे ऑब्जर्वेशंस है, एक्सपेरिमेंटेशंस है, बहुत कुछ तुम वो साइंस में पढ़ते हो. लेकिन हर डॉक्टर एक ही तरीके से वो साइंटिफिक नॉलेज को अप्लाई नहीं करता. यू हैव 2 पीडियाट्रिशियंस. दोनों पीडियाट्रिक्स की अपनी बच्चों को हैंडल करने का तरीका अलग है. तो वो क्या बन गया? आर्ट. सो प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट आर बोथ साइंस एंड आर्ट. साइंस इज द theoretical part. The application part, we call it here. You see, can you see this? Creative application is regarded as an art. So children, we are done with page number 32, 33, and we have done 4 to 5 questions here. I'm not going to be doing the features and importance right now because I need to quote many examples. In the next video, we are going to be understanding the 14 FAYOL'S principles. So kindly turn to page number 54. Okay children, now turn to page number 54 of NCERT. We are going to understand the 14 principles of management one by one. Right? The very first principle, division of work. As the name goes, division of work means dividing the entire work into small and smaller tasks of work, and each one is to do only one particular job. When each person does only one particular job, it leads to specialization. Badi simple सी बात है. If you take a very simple example of our own class, of our own school, there is so many activities in the commerce department itself, so many subjects. लेकिन सारे subjects एक teacher नहीं पढ़ाता. The work has been divided of the commerce department into various teachers. If you look at your timetable, for every subject, you have one teacher coming who's competent enough, who's perfect in her job, and very nicely, effectively she comes or he comes and teaches his or her subject. So एक subject एक ही teacher पढ़ाते हैं. जब वो एक ही subject repeatedly वो teacher बार बार पढ़ा रही है, right? The teacher is well equipped, well trained, and the teacher, it leads to specialization. So एक सब्जेक्ट एक ही टीचर पढ़ाते हैं. जब वो एक ही सब्जेक्ट रिपीटेडली वो टीचर बार बार पढ़ा रही है, राइट? द टीचर इज वेल इक्विप्ड, वेल ट्रेन्ड, एंड द टीचर, इट लीड्स टू स्पेशलाइजेशन, राइट? Similarly, in a company also, there are many departments. You have the production department, the marketing department, the human resource. हर डिपार्टमेंट के अपने अपने क्वालिफाइड, स्पेशलाइज्ड, कॉम्पिटेंट लोग हैं जो वो काम करते हैं. फ्योल हमेशा कहता था कि इफ यू डू दिस देन इट लीड्स टू स्पेशलाइजेशन. ही ऑल्सो रिकमेंडेड दैट डिविजन ऑफ वर्क शुड बी अप्लाइड टू बोथ टेक्निकल एज वेल एज मैनेजरल वर्क. जब हम दोनों में करते हैं देन दोनों का काम अपना अपना होता है, एंड ह्यूमन एफर्ट्स required will reduce. This may be applicable even at your home, club, hospital, government office. कहीं भी division of work तुम देखो है. If you take your own home, your dad does the income generating work. Your mom is taking care of the house very well. On page 55, now we are going to understand the second principle, authority and responsibility. According to FAYOL, we need to first understand what is authority. Authority means right. It means the power a person has, right? Responsibility is the obligation या inference of authority. Authority याद रखना दो तरीके से होती है. एक, you may have authority by official authority given to you by the virtue of your job. For example, I'm a teacher. As a teacher, I have some authority given to me by my authorities, my superiors. Second, you may have personal authority. Personal authority मतलब मेरी जो पर्सनालिटी है उसमें भी एक अथॉरिटी है. कभी हम किसी टीचर को देखकर डर जाते हैं, मतलब उस टीचर की जो पर्सनालिटी है उसमें ही कोई अथॉरिटी है। अथॉरिटी में भी फॉर्मल और इनफॉर्मल। फॉर्मल का मतलब है इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इनफॉर्मल मतलब तुम्हारा परिवार है, परिवार में कोई रूल्स रेगुलेशंस नहीं है, लेकिन तुम्हारे डैड के पास सबसे ज्यादा अथॉरिटी है, देन मे बी योर मॉम और मे बी बोथ हैव इक्वल अथॉरिटी। अकॉर्डिंग टू फेयोल वो कहते थे कि अथॉरिटी शुड बी ऑलवेज अकॉर्डिंग टू द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी गिवन टू कंप्लीट द टास्क इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। He recommended that authority and responsibility they should be a balance. इसका मतलब बड़ा सिंपल है। मेरे सुपीरियर ने अगर मुझे ज़्यादा अथॉरिटी दे दी और काम कम दे दिया, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कम दे दी, देन ऑब्वियसली आई एम गोइंग टू मिसयूज माई अथॉरिटी। बट अगर मुझे अथॉरिटी कम मिली है और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ज़्यादा मिली है, मैं अपना काम नहीं कर पाऊंगी, एंड देन I will maybe be dissatisfied. The work will not be effective, may not be efficient. So Fayol recommended कि subordinate को हमेशा उतनी authority दो जितनी उसको responsibility दी गई है काम करने के लिए। I'll give you a very good example. Like suppose I give my subordinate a task of completing a target, और मैं उसको कहती हूँ उस target को करने के लिए you have the power to give a discount of maybe 30%. The subordinate goes across, he is getting the orders at 30%. Suddenly he has a big order to strike a deal, but the client on the other end is asking for a 40% discount. मैंने उसे कितनी अथॉरिटी दी थी? 30% डिस्काउंट। उसे ये नहीं कहा था कि अगर बहुत बड़ा ऑर्डर होगा तो तुम 40% डिस्काउंट दे सकते हो, मैंने नहीं दी अथॉरिटी। मैंने उसे कहा था कि 30 एंड अबाव तुम मुझे पूछना। Now, when he is about to strike the deal and the client wants a 40% discount, he is unable to give because he doesn't have the authority. Maybe it may not click, the order may not be click, it may go to the competitor. Now, when he is about to strike the deal and the client wants a 40% discount, he is unable to give because he doesn't have the authority. Maybe it may not click, the order may not be click, it may go to the competitor. So here, authority given was less. But on the contrary, if discount required is only 30%, but I tell him go to any level to give a discount, but the sale should be done, then he may not even put in efforts to give a 30% discount. He may give a 40% discount, maybe a 50% discount in the first go, and misuse his authority to strike the deal. So we have done two principles: division of work and authority and responsibility. Page 56. We are going to understand the principle of discipline. Discipline, I know what comes to your mind. According to it is, discipline is obedience to organizational rules and employment agreements. बड़ा simple है. Life should be disciplined. Fayol कहते हैं, if you want an organization to be successful, it is not just obedience. Every discipline requires good superiors. मतलब the superiors should be role models at all level. The top level should be a role model to the middle level. The middle level should be a role model to the operative level. The operative level should be a role model to the workers from whom he is getting the work done. He makes it very clear that they should always apply clear and fair agreements. I shall explain with an example. And if needed of penalties or punishments, they should be very judicious. मतलब it should not be biased. It should not be leading to dissatisfaction of work to any of the employees. Fayol कहते हैं, let's take an example. You have two categories of people, management and non-management, as I always told you. What is it that the management want? Management wants that the workers should work hard and increase the profits of the company. Let us say the workers are really putting in efforts. They have increased the targets. They have achieved high profits for the company, and the management had promised कि अगर ऐसे कुछ होगा, then we are going to give you a rise in your wages and salaries. Let us say the workers are really putting in efforts. They have increased the targets. They have achieved high profits for the company, and the management had promised कि अगर ऐसे कुछ होगा, then we are going to give you a rise in your wages and salaries. या हम तुम्हें कोई फैसिलिटीज या कोई कमीशन या कुछ भी हम बढ़ाएंगे. मान लो कि जब उनकी ऑर्डर्स बढ़ गए, उनकी टारगेट्स अचीव हो गए, प्रॉफिट्स बढ़ गए कंपनी के, और अब what is the duty, what is the discipline rule here? Management should honor their commitment. And what is the commitment? That they should raise their wages and salaries, because the workers also honored to their commitment. Class में अगर टीचर कहती है कि okay, if all of you get very good marks, or if there is no failure in the class, I am going to give you maybe one free period, and let us say all you guys work hard and all of you are able to pass and do very well, then it is the moral obligation, or it is the disciplinary role of the teacher, that the teacher should give you maybe one period off, or as what she had or he had promised. So according to FAYOL, discipline is also very important. But don't forget, if there is a need of punishment, even that should be fair. Fair मतलब अगर मान लो कि कोई चीज़ नहीं पूरी हुई, तो अगर एक punishment देनी है, तो the manager, every manager down the level should be getting the punishment in the fair manner. Page 56, unity of command. This is a very interesting principle recommended by FAYOL. FAYOL recommended one thing: there should be one and only one boss for every individual employee. He said dual subordination should be avoided. What did he mean by this? He meant if कोई भी employee is getting orders from 2 or more bosses, right, for the same situation, that guy is going to be confused whose orders to take, whose orders not to take, and it will end up not completing the work because he will not be able to please any one of them. So if we apply unity of command, right, 4 C's can be avoided. 1, confusion. No confusion. We are getting orders only from one person. No contradictory statements. एक बंदा एक बात बोल रहा है, हम उसी बात पर चल रहे हैं. There is no confusion, no contradictory statements. There is no chaos. Chaos मतलब गड़बड़ नहीं हो रही कुछ. And there is no conflict. No conflict between the superior and the subordinate. क्यों? मुझे पता मेरा बॉस कौन है. मैं अपने बॉस से ऑर्डर्स ले रही हूँ, इंस्ट्रक्शंस ले रही हूँ, और उसी के हिसाब से चल रही हूँ. I'll give you a very good example here again. That is, in an organization we have the production department and the marketing department. That is a sales department. Actually दोनों को coordinate करके चलना पड़ता है, because ultimately we are looking at the company's objective of increasing the profits. The production department is always wanting to follow a policy of a go slow policy. Go slow policy means they may not be able to fulfill the orders. Maybe they don't have the production capacities or anything like that. Whereas the marketing department always wants to achieve high targets. So they tell the sales guy, the marketing guy tells him, sell as much as you can. Bring orders as much as you can. The more you bring, the more commission you get. Whereas the production department says, I am sorry, I cannot fulfill your target, so do not bring in orders before this particular date. Now this sales guy is confused whom to listen to and whom not to listen to. So it is always recommended, like the army also, in the military also, that to prevent all this confusion, there should be only one and one boss in an organization. Page 56 and 57. Unity of direction. You all guys know what is direction? One path. And for any organization, there is only one path that you have to move towards. That is achieving the organizational objective. FAYOL recommended that there should be only one head and one plan. What does he mean by one head, one plan? One head matlab, there should be one boss, one superior, one direction. And one plan means one direction. Everybody should move towards that particular objective in that one particular direction. So there will be unity of action. हर कोई उसी तरफ काम करेगा, and there will be coordination. I hope you guys remember this diagram I told you in the chapter 1. If you see that OI, that is the organizational interest, हर कोई अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट में काम कर रहा है, लेकिन सबका ऑब्जेक्टिव एक ही है, right? They've given you an example here. Probably we can use the same example. with another company. Let us say there is a company called Tata's, and in Tata's, let's say they're manufacturing cars as well as motorcycles, right? हर एक के अपने अपने डिविजन्स है. कार मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का डिवीजन अलग है, मोटरसाइकिल्स का डिवीजन अलग है. हर एक के इंचार्ज, हम कहते हैं ना वन हेड, हर एक का इंचार्ज, हर एक का बॉस अलग है. यू हैव द सीईओ फॉर कार्स अलग, द सीईओ फॉर मोटरसाइकिल्स अलग. लेकिन दोनों सीईओज का एक ही ऑब्जेक्टिव है. दोनों सीईओज का एक ही ऑब्जेक्टिव है. ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है? टाटास के ऑब्जेक्टिव को अचीव करना. दोनों ने अपनी कंपनीज को इस तरीके से डायरेक्ट करना है, इस तरीके से उनके लिए पाथ डायरेक्ट करना है ताकि वो ऑब्जेक्टिव अचीव कर सके. व्हेन यू डू सो, राइट, यू आर नॉट कॉम्प्रोमाइजिंग ऑन द रिसोर्सेज. देयर इज नो वेस्टेज ऑफ टाइम, देयर इज नो वेस्टेज ऑफ रिसोर्सेज, एंड एवरीथिंग इज एग्जीक्यूटेड in the same direction, and most important, there is no overlapping. कार्स वाले कार्स का काम कर रहे हैं, मोटरसाइकिल्स वाले मोटरसाइकिल्स का काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन दोनों एक ही डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं. और वो डायरेक्शन क्या है? टू अचीव द ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल. यू हैव द डिफरेंस बिटवीन यूनिटी ऑफ कमांड एंड यूनिटी ऑफ डायरेक्शन. यू नीड टू डू इट. इट्स अ बोर्ड क्वेश्चन for 3 marks. So just read up both and ask me if you have any doubts in the group. Page 57. Subordination of individual interest to general interest. We need to understand the two meanings here. What is an individual interest? As I've always been telling you, we have many and many people in an organization. Different people join the organization for different reasons. They come from different backgrounds, different cultures, different experiences, different qualifications, and most important, they have different objectives for joining the organization, right? General interest क्या होता है? The interest of the organization. Company का interest. Company क्या चाहती है? What is the objective of the company? What is the purpose of the company? Right? Now, it is very important in an organization, according to FAYOL, कि इन दोनों को हमने converge करना है, right? Now, if you look at the diagram again, you have a lot of individual interest, then you have the organization. FAYOL recommended that in an organization, there may be a conflict between the two, the organization interest as well as the individual interest. लेकिन हमने देखना है कि we have to, the organization interest should always supersede. Supersede मतलब it should have a superior position, and the individual interest should always be subordinated, मतलब secondary, second position होनी चाहिए उसकी. I'll give you an example. We have so many people, so many teachers in our school, right? We all have our individual interest. We all have our individual goals. We all have joined for different purposes. लेकिन and the organizational school का objective क्या? To be one of the best, premier, academic results, the best it should be. Right? They should be disciplined in the school. Now, हम सबके जो भी individual interest है, अगर वो organizational interest के साथ conflict करते हैं, तो हमें अपने interest को क्या करना चाहिए? Sacrifice करना चाहिए for the larger interest of the organization. For the larger interest of the organization. It is very important. There are many case studies in this particular topic. I would appreciate if you guys could read it and understand. Right? If you see here on this page, it's given here. This is so because larger interest of all the workers and stakeholders is more important than the interest of one person. Even in the class, many a times, we want to maintain the discipline of the entire class. Right? Everybody wants to study. Lekin there are one or two elements who do not want to study. The teacher also wants to teach, wants to make it a very productive class. Maybe there are one or two elements who really don't wish to study. They are in a very cranky mood. What should the teacher do? Try to satisfy their interest or the class's interest? Obviously, the class interest. So, those two guys are either pulled out, dealt strictly, dealt maybe compassionately, made to understand separately, and then or maybe put out of the class, and the entire class continues. Because the interest of the larger group should supersede always than the interest of the individual. The next principle is remuneration of Employees on page 58. I would like you guys to add a new word, fair remuneration of employees. What do you mean by fair? This is nothing to do with equality, remember. This is something to do with fairness. Here, remuneration means the compensation given to the employees, which we do in economics, the compensation of employees. According to FAYOL, a person is going to be satisfied and happy and will really want to work in an organization if the compensation paid to that employee is fair. Fair means what? Fair according to the competition across. If you're working in a company at a post of a general manager marketing and you're getting 30,000 rupees and your same competing firm is giving his general manager marketing maybe 45,000, probably that's not fair. You are not getting a fair wage. So according to FAYOL, fair remuneration means it should be fair to the employee and fair to the employer also. What do you mean by fair to the employer? Fair to the employer means the employer should have the capacity to pay that for a long term, right? And it should be fair to the employee because if it is fair to the employee, he will be happy, satisfied, he will really want to work and give output, and more important, he will be able to maintain a decent standard of living. According to FAYOL, it should be equitable and fair, just as I just told you. Again, if it is so, what are the advantages? इससे फायदा क्या है? अगर मुझे उतने पैसे मिल रहे हैं जितने की मैं मेहनत कर रही हूँ, obviously I will I will have good relations with the employer. The working of the organization will be very smooth. The employer also will be very happy to pay us what he can afford to pay us. If he has to pay something which he cannot afford but is paying us, he won't be able to do that for very long, probably for a very short period. So according to FAYOL, fair remuneration of employees helps the employees to be satisfied, happy, and it helps the organization to work smoothly. Hi everybody, today we are going to understand the remaining principles of FAYOL. Turn to page number 58. We are doing the 8th principle, that is centralization and decentralization. What did FAYOL recommend under this principle? Before we do that, we need to understand the meaning of centralization and decentralization. Here, centralization means concentration of authority. मतलब authority सारी किसके पास है? Decentralization means dispersal. These two words are very important. Concentration and dispersal. Dispersal of authority. According to FAYOL, he always recommended that there should be a balance between centralization and decentralization. Let us understand this a little more in detail. What do you mean by a balance? If you look at a very small organization, जहाँ सिर्फ 10-15 लोग हैं, वहाँ 3 levels तो मुश्किल है, top, middle, operative. तो जितना भी authority है, decision making power है, वो सारा top level के पास होता है, major of it. और वहाँ centralization चल भी सकता है, क्योंकि वो एक organization बहुत छोटी है. लेकिन एक बड़ी organization like Tata's or any other organization, Reliance ले लो, कोई भी बड़ी organization जहाँ 50-60 जने हैं, you cannot afford to have centralization of authority. मतलब all decision making power cannot lie only with the top level management. It is very important that the top level management retains only that much of authority, which is very, very important for them. Baki, they give the authority to the middle level. The middle level retains some authority and gives it to the operative level. The operative level retains some authority and gives it to the workers. इससे क्या हो गया? The authority or the decision making power has been dispersed right from the top level to the lowest level in the organization. So according to FAYOL, he says they should be both. Centralization bhi zaruri hai because all the important key decisions for the survival, growth, the dynamic nature of the organization should be with the top level. लेकिन जो decisions बहुत ज़्यादा important नहीं है या हमें काम करने के time चाहिए, they should be dispersed to the operative or first to the middle level and then to the operative level. You can take the example of our school. Very important decisions are kept with the top level management, the principal, the vice principal. The next important decisions are given to the coordinators, and the some authority is given to the operative level, that is the teachers. The teachers also at their level have some authority in the organization. This saves time, efforts, and the work is completed effectively and efficiently. Page 58, we're going to discuss scalar chain now. What is a scalar chain? It's a chain which is connecting the top level to the operative level. It's a formal line of authority. See, in an organization, we know superiors have to be connected to subordinates. How are they connected from superiors to subordinates? That connection is called the scalar chain. In any formal organization, anybody cannot speak to anybody. अगर हर कोई हर एक से बात करने लग पड़ेगा तो काम भी complete नहीं होगा, confusion होगा, chaos होगा. इसीलिए they should follow a particular chain or order. किसी भी organization में there are two lines of authority. One is the line of authority from top to operative level, उसे हम chain of command भी कहते हैं, line of command भी कहते हैं, और दूसरी होती है line of communication या chain of communication जो नीचे से ऊपर जाती है. Have a look at this particular pyramid. यहाँ क्या समझ आ रहा है तुम्हें? अगर तुम देखोगे from A to B, B to C, C to D and D to E. अगर A ने E को orders देने हैं तो obviously he has to follow the line of authority or the chain of command from A to B, B to C, C to D and so on. And if O has to communicate to A by giving suggestions, feedback, problems, grievances, then he has to follow ONMLA. It's called the line of command or the chain of command. If you want your organization to smoothly run, and suppose if D wants to communicate to M, D मान लो marketing manager है और M है production in charge, let's say vice president production. Right? If you look here, D is marketing manager and M is vice president production. So D को क्या करना पड़ेगा? CBALM ये रूट पकड़ना पड़ेगा. और अगर N ने C से बात करनी है, राइट, तो फिर यही रूट जाएगा ऊपर से नीचे. मान लो C ने M से बात करनी है, then C will have to go to BALM. See, undoubtedly इस procedure में it's going to be very smooth. There's going to be no confusion, no chaos, because we know who's going to talk to whom. लेकिन ये process जब तक communicate होगा, it's going to take a lot of time. There's going to be delay. तब तक क्या पता कोई हादसा ही हो जाए या कोई problem ही ना रह जाए. इसीलिए FAYOL suggested gangplank. What is gangplank? It is basically when two people at the same level can communicate to each other only in case of emergency, but they have to inform their immediate superiors. If E has to talk to O, वो ये पूरा चक्कर काट कर नहीं आएगा. He can talk to him directly, but E has to tell D and O has to tell N. This is only in case of emergency. With this, things speed up. Communication is clear. But when you follow scalar chain, the responsibility can be fixed. There is efficiency, maybe not effectiveness, but there is efficiency. Because of the introduction of gangplank in case of emergency, it's a horizontal communication. The management principles are termed to be flexible. Continuing with the next principle on page number 59, right? On page number 59, we're now going to discuss order. This is not the order which the judge gives. This is not the order which you are placing when you go to have food outside. According to FAYOL, he said order means orderliness. Order here means that people and material should be at the right place, right time, for the right purpose. For example, there are two orders. There are two orders or two categories of order under this. First, material order. Second is social order. Material order means everything and everything should be at the right place, right time, and in the right quantity. If you go to a medical store, कोई भी दवाई किसी भी कंपनी की किसी को भी पूछोगे वहाँ वो एकदम 2 मिनट में लाकर दे देगा. क्यों? क्योंकि वहाँ हर दवाई एक तरीके से रखी हुई है. मे बी दे आर कीपिंग इट बाय द नेम ऑफ द कंपनी, या उन्होंने सॉल्ट के हिसाब से रखी है. हर चीज ऑर्डर में है. इफ यू लुक एट योर ओन रूम, इफ यू लुक एट योर मॉम्स किचन, इफ शी इज अ वेरी गुड होम मेकर, इफ यू लुक एट योर किचन, जो चीज जहां पड़ी होनी चाहिए वही होती है. दैट मीन्स शी इज फॉलोइंग द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मटेरियल ऑर्डर. इससे क्या होता है? टाइम सेव, एफर्ट्स आर लेस, नो डुप्लीकेशन, कोई वेस्टेज नहीं है. यू नो, जो चीज चाहिए फटाफट लेकर आ जाओ. द सेकेंड इज social order. What do you mean by social order? Every person should be at the right place if you want maximum efficiency. मतलब जो जहाँ बैठना चाहिए वही होना चाहिए, at the right place. The moment you enter the school, right, you just ask the gate man, want to meet the principal. He tells you, go straight, take a left, you'll find the PRO sitting there. You can ask the PRO for the principal's office. If they want to meet the coordinator of the +1 +2 block, तो वहीं से वो क्लियर इंस्ट्रक्शंस देगा कि सर आप सीधा जाइए, आप लेफ्ट ले लीजिए, लेफ्ट लेकर राइट ले लो, वहाँ लिफ्ट आएगी, लिफ्ट से ऊपर जाओ, सेकंड फ्लोर पर राइट हैंड साइड पर वहाँ बैठे हैं सिस्टर. दैट मीन्स एवरीबडी हैज अ प्लेस फिक्स्ड. इससे क्या होगा? नो वेस्टेज ऑफ टाइम, नो हिंड्रेंस, नो सर्चिंग ऑफ थिंग्स. अगर मान लो कोई भी कहाँ भी कभी भी बैठा होगा, you will waste time only locating them. So FAYOL recommended that there should be order. Order is another way of discipline, but with things and people at the right place at the right time. Page 59, the principle of equity. Here equity means fairness. Fairness to all employees. But a simple सा, we've always heard of equal rights. Everybody should be treated as fair as possible. Every employee should be treated with kindliness and justice. Partiality बिल्कुल नहीं होनी चाहिए. Managers should make sure that they are not biased between the workers. अगर हम see, if you look at the multinationals nowadays, they are very they provide equal treatment. कैसे? They have no discrimination on the basis of sex, religion, language, caste, creed, nationality, कुछ भी नहीं है. You have so many Indian CEOs of multinationals, right? You have many Indians who are as CEOs in multinationals. वो ये नहीं देखते कि इंडियन है जी. If you look, तुम गूगल सर्च करके देखो, बहुत सारी मल्टीनेशनल्स है जिनके CEOs are mostly the heads are Indians or maybe Asians for that matter. So that means there is no they are not biased towards these people. If you follow the principle of equity, then every manager will feel very satisfied. His loyalty, his devotion toward the work will increase. उसको दिल करे, एक sense of belongingness आ जाती है कि yes, I am not considered because of this reason. I am here because of my work. This does not mean that the employee can get away with anything. It does not mean कि तुम employee को punish नहीं कर सकते. तुम punish कर सकते हो employee को अगर वो काम नहीं कर रहा अच्छे से. लेकिन you must make sure that before you give him the punishment, there is a valid reason for it. If people are lazy, not achieving their targets, they have to be brought to the level of the person. मान लो there are two employees in an organization. एक मेरा कोई रिश्तेदार है और दूसरा जनरल एम्प्लॉय है कोई. अगर मान लो दोनों ने छुट्टी मांगी है, मैंने एक को छुट्टी दे दी और एक को नहीं दी, obviously that is not equal treatment. They will not like it. The one जिसको मैंने छुट्टी नहीं दी, वो अपना काम उतनी लॉयल्टी के साथ नहीं करेगा. कहीं ना कहीं उसके मन में रह जाएगा कि मैं भी काम करता हूँ लेकिन मुझे छुट्टी नहीं मिली है. सो उसकी मोटिवेशन लेवल कम हो जाएगी, उसकी सेटिस्फैक्शन लेवल कम हो जाएगी. He will feel discriminated. He may not work hard next time. Not only this, children, equal opportunities should be given to every employee. Every employee. अगर मान लो कोई भी चैलेंजिंग जॉब है, हर एक एम्प्लॉय को अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलनी चाहिए. वो कर सकता है नहीं कर सकता वो बात की बात है, लेकिन everybody should be treated equally. With this, the motivation level of the employee increases, satisfaction increases, and they are very happy in the organization. Page 60. Page 60, you have stability of personnel. What do you mean by stability of personnel? Or it's called stability of tenure. Tenure means what here? A time period. Before I explain this, something very interesting I'd like to explain. There is a term which is used here called employee turnover. What do you mean by employee turnover? It means the number of employees leaving the organization. Is it good for the company or bad? It's not very good, children. Why is it not good? क्योंकि जितने ज़्यादा लोग कंपनी को छोड़ेंगे उसके साथ एक बड़ी चेन और साइकिल क्रिएट होती है. जब एम्प्लॉय छोड़ देते हैं तो वैकेंसीज क्रिएट होती है. जब वैकेंसीज क्रिएट होती है तुम्हें नए बंदे चाहिए. जब तुम नए बंदों को अपॉइंट करते हो तो उस पूरी रिक्रूटमेंट सिलेक्शन का एक प्रोसेस होता है. उन नए लोगों को तुमने ट्रेन करना है, उनको ओरिएंट करना है, इक्विप करना है, उनको पूरे तरीके से नए सिरे से शुरू करना है. इस सारे प्रोसीजर को टाइम लगता है, पैसा लगता है. सो व्हाट हैपेंस टू द कंपनीज कॉस्ट? इट इंक्रीजेस. सो every company should have an objective, and what is it? Employee turnover should be minimized. Minimize मतलब कम से कम लोग तुम्हारी कंपनी को छोड़ें. एक बार जो आ जाए वो टिके काफी देर तक, 15 साल 20 साल तक टिका रहे, ताकि वो नए लोगों को आकर ट्रेन कर सके. Equity, each and every employee in the organization should be treated fairly and equally. Right? There should be no discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, sex, religion, or anything like that. It would give rise to loyalty, sense of belongingness, stability of tenure. Every employee should be allowed to work for a given period of time, fixed given period of time. Employee turnover should be reduced. Minimum cost, there will be, minimum cost if this happens. Initiative, everybody should be encouraged to develop and carry out plans. This is the first step of self-motivation. It gives, employees the courage to do something new. Every employee should be rewarded because it proves that he was intelligent. SPD Corps or team spirit. It is I replaced with we. It encourages teamwork. It encourages harmony in an organization. Whenever there is teamwork, there is coordination. Remember, there is mutual trust, there is belongingness, and most important, it reduces penalties. My dear children, I finished all the 14 principles. I expect you to read, revise through the NCERT. You can have a look at the video. The NCERT is well marked. Please do the same. I shall not be repeating these in class when we meet after the long break. We all recommend under this principle. He recommended, whenever you have people selected and appointed in your organization, make sure you take a lot of time to appoint them for that particular position. Make sure that you take a lot of tests, interviews, बड़ा कुछ वहाँ time ज़्यादा लगा लो, वो कहता है no problem. But if they are appointed, let them work in an organization for a minimum given period of time. उनको अपनी worth prove करने दो उतनी देर तक. Let them show their results in a given period of time. Adhocism मतलब टेम्परेरी मत रखो, क्योंकि जितना ज़्यादा एम्प्लॉय टेम्परेरी रहेगा वो इनसिक्योर रहेगा, वो इनस्टेबल रहेगा, और उसको हमेशा डर रहेगा कि मुझे निकाल देंगे. सो तुम रिक्रूटमेंट, सिलेक्शन, ट्रेनिंग पर ज़्यादा खर्चा करो, लेकिन लेट देम स्टिक फॉर इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर अ गिवन पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. डू नॉट शिफ्ट देम वेरी फास्ट. हर एक को अपनी वर्थ प्रूव करने का टाइम दो, नहीं तो अननेसेसरली कंपनी का खर्चा क्या होगा, बढ़ जाएगा. जब हमारे स्कूल में टीचर्स अपॉइंट होती है, राइट, द प्रोबेशन पीरियड इज 3 years. Nowadays it's 3 years. When I joined it was 2 years. It is 3 years. मतलब a teacher is given 3 years to prove herself. If the teacher has proved herself in those 3 years, that means she will continue for the long years to come. That is why you see many teachers don't leave our organization once they've joined. But if within those 3 years, if she's not able to prove her time, you've given her enough time, then probably the authorities have to take a decision. Biggest disadvantage of not letting the employee stay for a long time is to prove the cost, unnecessary cost will increase if you keep shifting, throwing out the employees, and if you proceed with एडॉकिज्म, मतलब टेम्परेरीली अब तुम बंदों को रख रहे हो तो उनमें भी इनसिक्योरिटी होगी, वो भी खुश नहीं रहेंगे, एक्सेट्रा. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट प्रिंसिपल ऑन पेज नंबर 62, विच इज इनिशिएटिव. इनिशिएटिव मीन्स एनकरेजमेंट. रिमेंबर दैट वर्ड. सी, हर प्रिंसिपल के साथ कोई ना कोई एक वर्ड एसोसिएट कर दो. जब तुम एक वर्ड एसोसिएट कर देते हो, ये वर्ड तुम्हारा कीवर्ड बन जाता है. इनिशिएटिव मतलब एनकरेजमेंट. FAYOL always believed that initiative is the first step of self-motivation. You must have observed in the class when the teacher begins a lecture, any teacher for that matter, first thing she says, do you know the answer? She encourages every child to, she asks question and encourages every child to answer. We know that the child may say wrong, but it's okay. We still encourage, because once when we encourage, the child is taking an initiative. The child is thinking something, maybe right, maybe wrong. जब तुम सोचते हो, that means you are intelligent. जब तुम initiative ले रहे हो, that means you are intelligent. You know why leaders are so successful? Because they take initiatives. Initiative मतलब they are intelligent. At times it is observed that जो लोग actual में काम करवाते हैं, right, the supervisors, उनकी बहुत सलाह ली जाती है. They are asked to take a lot of initiatives. पता है क्यों? क्योंकि वो practically वर्कर के साथ खड़े हैं. वो देखते हैं कि क्या क्या हो रहा है. जब वो कोई भी suggestion देते हैं, when they give any suggestion as an employee, probably it helps the people who take a decision. मान लो अगर किसी सुपरवाइजर ने कोई सजेशन दी है मिडिल लेवल को, मिडिल लेवल ने वही सजेशन टॉप लेवल को दे दी, और उस सजेशन से कंपनी का कोई फ़ायदा हो गया, मे बी कॉस्ट कम हो गया, या कंपनी की रेवेन्यू बढ़ गई, या कंपनी ने बहुत सारे प्रॉफिट्स बनाए, एंड उस एम्प्लॉय को तुम फिर रिवॉर्ड करते हो. डू यू थिंक दैट एम्प्लॉय इज एनकरेज्ड, मोटिवेटेड? अगली बार वो फिर इनिशिएटिव लेगा, वो कुछ नया सोचेगा कंपनी के लिए. जब वो कंपनी के लिए नया सोचेगा, कंपनी का फ़ायदा होगा. जब कंपनी का फ़ायदा होगा, कंपनी फिर उसे एनकरेज करेगी. सो इनिशिएटिव is a principle which FAYOL always advocated in an organization. He believed that this is one principle which the employees feel confident, उनका morale boost होता है, and they feel happy in an organization. कहावत है, हिंदी में एक कहावत है, एक और एक 11. We know एक और एक 2 होते हैं, but एक और एक 11 means when you're working in a group, the sum total of all the members working there is much more than the individual contribution. So, management on one side, workers on one side should coordinate with each other, should work in harmony. See, यहाँ team spirit किसके बारे में बात करें? Workers के आपस में नहीं और management में आपस में नहीं. We are talking about team spirit between management and workers, authorities and workers. अथॉरिटीज वर्कर्स साथ कोऑपरेट करें और वर्कर्स अथॉरिटी के साथ कोऑपरेट करें. जब दोनों एक दूसरे के साथ कोऑपरेट करते हैं, इट इज ओनली देन दैट द एंड रिजल्ट इज मच मच बेटर. टीम स्पिरिट विल ऑलवेज गिव राइज टू म्यूचुअल ट्रस्ट. एक दूसरे पर विश्वास है. टीम स्पिरिट विल ऑलवेज गिव यू अ सेंस ऑफ बिलोंगिंगनेस. और तुम्हें पता है इसमें पेनल्टीज कम हो जाती है. पेनल्टीज मतलब पनिशमेंट्स. अब रिले रेस में मान लो थर्ड person who was running, उसने speed slow कर दी, but nobody will punish him because the entire team at the end won. जब सारे जीत गए तो किसने कम contribute किया, किसने ज़्यादा contribute किया, nobody is bothered. The last principle, STB Corps, it's also called team spirit. This is a very interesting principle. It's one principle which should be adopted in every organization, every group, when there are few people working together. This principle always reminds me of a relay race. I'm sure all of you must have witnessed a relay race, if not played. In a relay race, what happens? There is a team of maybe 4 to 5 people, right? तुम्हारे houses की annual sports day पर होती है. हर house के 4-4 members होते हैं. 4 अलग-अलग positions लेते हैं. उन चारों में इतनी टीम स्पिरिट होता है. जब वो टीम डिसाइड करते हैं कौन पहले रन करेगा, कौन सेकंड, कौन थर्ड और कौन फोर्थ. नॉर्मली आई हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड द फर्स्ट पर्सन runs very fast. He's the one who runs very fast. Again, the fourth person is the one who runs very fast. क्यों? क्योंकि the first person takes the lead and the last person covers up if there's any problem. What would you call this? Team spirit. जब टीम जीत जाती है तो हम ये नहीं देखते कि तेरे करके हुआ या मेरे करके हुआ. It is because of the entire team. So, FAYOL recommended that there should be team spirit in an organization. With this, there is a lot of harmony, there is a lot of unity, there is a lot of, mutual trust. There is a sense of belongingness. And most important, I is replaced with we. A quick recap of the 14 principles, starting with the first one on page 54, division of work, dividing the entire work into smaller units, giving rise to specialization. Authority and responsibility, there should be a balance between the two. Discipline, orderliness, I'm giving you the keywords. Obedience to organizational rules and employment regulation. Unity of command, one and only one boss to avoid dual subordination, confusion. Unity of command, one head, one plan. Everybody should work under one in charge towards one direction. Subordination of individual goal to individual interest to general interest means the general interest, the organization's interest, which is larger, should be given more priority and supersede over individual interest. There should be fair remuneration to all employees. हर एक को उतना मिलना चाहिए जितना वो deserve करता है. Centralization and decentralization, there should be a balance between the two. Small organization में centralization, large organization में decentralization. Important decisions by the top level, unimportant decisions by the other. Scalar chain, line of authority, line of command, or the line of communication. It flows from top to operative and operative to top level. Order, there are two orders, social order and material order. Social order means every person should be at the right place, right time. Material order, everything should be at the right place, right time.